making $4,000 from $100 my crypto gains. Hey guys, I'm going to show you exactly what I did to turn $100 into $4,000 in the cryptocurrency game. My name is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and today I'm going to show you exactly what I did. Okay, and I'm going to make it in a real short video. First of all, this is not financial advice. I'm not trying to tell you what you should do. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a CPA. I'm actually a refugee that came to America, and I was lucky enough to turn $100 into 3 successful businesses, which I wasn't happy with accumulation, and I ended up giving most of my stuff to the homeless. So now let's go back to the story of how I turned $100 into $4,000. So what I did is the opposite of what the herd does. Again, I did the opposite of what everyone else does. I watched the crypto market back in 2016, and I saw Bitcoin was right around $1,600, and it shot up all the way to $19,000. And when the market crashed, okay, I ended up buying many different altcoins. Okay, and all I did is, do my due diligence. I studied these altcoins, and I thought about the altcoins that are going to have success because of my understanding of the world. And some of the coins that I bought went to zero. But the great news was that I only invested $100, right, and into these coins, and I was able to buy them dirt cheap because the market had crashed 89%, 90%, and some of these altcoins are even more. So this is the benefit of doing different, being different than everyone else. When everyone else is running right, I'm running left. That's literally how I was able to turn $100 into multiple businesses, or how I bought houses without getting bank mortgages. Okay, or how I was able to turn $100 into $4,000. Now, I don't want to say the name of the coin that I bought, because I still think that we're still at the bubbly phase, and I don't want anyone to lose money or go and buy something, because when I bought it, it was very, very cheap. And today, that exact coin is very, very expensive compared to what I bought it for. So that's why I'm not going to say the name, because I don't want anyone to lose money and then get mad at me, not realizing that I got into it when the market was not hot. Okay, for example, 2018, when the market crashed, no one wanted to touch cryptos or Bitcoin or even any of the altcoins. But I understood that this is the probability of being the future, and I had to take a risk, because without risk, there's no reward. A lot of times I meet so many people that don't want to take risk, and that's okay. But if you want to get somewhere and you want to exponentially grow, you got to take risks. That's what entrepreneurship's about. Now, you want to take sophisticated risk. I want to take sophisticated risk. I don't want to just take, close my eyes and throw some punches. But anytime I get into the octagon, I have to be willing to get knocked out. If I'm not willing to get knocked out, then I don't get into the octagon. And that's what happens to most people. They're not willing to get into the octagon to be their dreams, and they are only willing to be on the sidelines and booing or cheering other people that are taking the risk, other people that are already in the octagon. So in 2018, the market had crashed. No one wanted to get into cryptos. And I knew that this was the best time, because I had missed the boat earlier, right? I didn't know about cryptos, right? In 2016 is when I got awareness about it, and I knew it was already too high, and then it pumped, and then I was like, man, I missed the boat. And so I bookmarked it, and when all these cryptos crashed 80-90%, I just put $100 into multiple baskets of different shit coins, different altcoins that I thought that were going to be successful. One of them, again, had success. Some of them did okay. Some of them went to zero. So I lost money in that. But when I add it all up, okay, the ones that I've lost money in, the ones that, I got my money back, the ones that made 300%, 400%, and the ones that made 10,000%, right, return on investment, and I tally it all up, I was still ahead of the game, even though I had losses. And that's how life is. Many of us are not willing to accept that. We think we're just going to have wins, wins, wins. We're not willing to, or patient enough, or willing to accept the losses to get the wins. And for me, I've risked everything. When I started college, after college with $100, I decided to live in my car to start a business. I had success. From that, I risked all that money to buy real estate, and I had success. I risked that money into my next venture, having a real estate brokerage firm, and I had success. I risked some money into different business ventures, like a car wash business, this business, that business, and they had failure. So, the point of the story is that I was willing to take risk. Now, risk doesn't have to be for, people think you have to put millions of dollars up. No, I only put $100 into these coins. Like, I bought $100, and I bought, let's say, to make it simple, I bought many, but to make it simple, let's say I bought 10 different types of shit coins. And some of them went to zero. Maybe 2 or 3 of them went to zero. 2 or 3 of them broke even. 2 or 3 of them made 300%, 400%, and a couple made significant gains, home runners. Okay, and so many people think that if you want to have a business, you have to have a lot of money. If you want to get in real estate, you have to have a lot of money. If you want to invest in cryptos, you got to have a lot of money. They don't realize that you can make moves with $100. And some people will laugh, "Oh, it's only $100," but they don't realize that sometimes all you got to do is just show up, and that $100 can turn into $4,000, right? Or $100 can turn into multi-millions of dollars, like my moving company, like I've owned for 14, 15 years before I give it up. Donated, I should say. So people don't understand that. So a lot of individuals say, well, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough education, I don't have enough credit, and they're not willing to step up, not realizing that start where you stand means wherever you are, that's all you need. I was only willing to, let's say, risk $100 per project, per coin, and that was all I was willing to risk. I didn't know about the crypto's that great. I did my research, I learned a lot, and by playing the game, right, by getting into the game, by getting into the octagon, some of it I got knocked down, some of it I got title belts, but more importantly, I got to learn so much where I couldn't do that if I was on the side. So I wanted to just do a quick short video about how I turned $100 into $4,000 in the crypto market, and it was not because it was pumping and I bought. It was because it was dumping. It was dumping, not pumping, dumping, and I bought. Okay, it was dumping hard. It was, no one wanted to buy it. Everyone says doom and gloom, and I was willing to take the risk. That's the only time that I'm willing to take risks like that, is when the odds are all against me, and I'm willing to just put a little bit of money in there, because I know if I'm right, I'm going to make a lot of money. Right, I'm going to make a lot of money because the odds are so against me, right? But the returns is exponentially. When Bitcoin hit $3,500, well, and it was just 20. Well, yeah, it was so much less risk for me to buy at 3,500 versus 20. So that said, now sure, I would love to buy it at $1 or 10, but at that time I didn't know about Bitcoin, right? So I got to start where I stand. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Click the like button, share this message, leave me a comment below, because it does help out with the algorithm. I don't care what you ate, what you had for breakfast, what your goals are, what do you think about the market. It doesn't matter. Just anything to help out the algorithm, I appreciate it. And always remember, you're braver than you believe, you're stronger than you seem, you're smarter than you think, and you're twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. Romy, peace.